Fam to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis and quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Keiser. If Michael Saylor moved MicroStrategy to El Salvador, the tax break would allow him to buy more. Much more. Preach. Also in today's show, FTX files a $1 billion lawsuit against ByBit over asset withdrawals. I'll be breaking this down for you, as well as former Goldman Sachs executive Raoul says Ethereum is about to outperform Bitcoin as crypto enters late spring. We're also going to be discussing crypto analyst says Bitcoin is flashing a signal that previously sent Bitcoin on a rally over 400%. Send it. Let's freaking go. We'll also be sharing the big question. Will the Bitcoin price action hit $100,000 by 2024? I'll be sharing with you the potential drivers to turn this to a reality. We're also going to be discussing why BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, is betting so big on Bitcoin. Also, Michael Saylor was just recently asked during his November 10th speech at the 2023 Australia Crypto Convention to provide his prediction for Bitcoin regarding the price trajectory over the next coming years. I'll be breaking this down for you. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this plus so much more in today's show. And welcome everyone just joining us. Let me know if the stream is clean and clear. Holla at your boy. It's a Sunday. We had some price pumpage over the past day, but things have been consolidating and currently correcting and in the red. What it do, SWH? What up, Paul P? 40,000, send it, and let's freaking go like a champ. Shout out to Jim Cross. I appreciate you, fam. Says, watch your show daily for the last 2 years. Bought Bitcoin at the high and dollar cost average. Now I'm up 28% and just getting started. Thanks to you and your content. Thank you, Jim, and wait to take action, buy Bitcoin and have diamond hands and not the part where you're precious crypto. That's a beautiful thing. And JJ, what it do? Loud and clear, says Maximus. Shout out to our moderators. We got Maximus, we got Dankness, we got the Coin Father, we got Streamlabs. Much love, much respect. How's everyone's weekend going thus far? Holla at your boy. First and foremost, this is a live and interactive show. So please interact between the new breaking news that I share with you between stories. I greatly appreciate that. And don't forget to let me know where you're tuning in from as well. I stream live 7 days a week from the beautiful island of Puerto Rico. Looking and sounding great. That's good to note. Crypto Cappy, much love, much respect. Going good, busy but good. That's what's up, Matthew. Shout out to Guy Sajina. Hey, JV, what it do? Morning from Australia. Shout out to all my peeps down under. Shout out to Will Stopson versus Guru. Always a pleasure to see you. Shout out to Fairgrounds Fun Fairs UK. UK in the building. We got another champion from the UK, Tom Aspinall. How many of you watched that UFC fight last night? It was lit. Hey, JV, watching from Cornwall, England. That's what's up. Now the UFC has 3 champs from the UK. You know what I mean? Champ-ish only. Let's go. Southeastern Virginia in the building. Shout out JJ. What it do? Smash the like, folks. Thanks for the reminder. It does help out tremendously, of course. Shout out to McLovin, repping Southwest Florida. And shout out to Maximus, representing Manchester. Like I said, we got a lot of people tuning in from England as our audience is worldwide. Shout out to Jenga. Holla at your boy. What it do, Tough T? You know what I mean? We got a lot of good news to share with you, of course. I think I'm going to get you guys quite excited about what's to come here in the crypto markets. I watched big win for Aspinall. That's what's up, Mike. It was massive. You know what I mean? And that was in Madison Square Garden. A memory which will live on forever. You know what I mean? And now we have a new double champ, Alex Pereira. That was pretty epic as well. What up, man? Good to see you guys. Anyways, fam, let's get this show on the road. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, you know what to do. Smash that subscribe and you'll receive an on-screen shout out. Also, be sure to hit that like button as it helps out tremendously with that YouTube algorithm. Welcome everybody to today's show. Today is pod episode number 1400 and I believe it is 59. That's right, of the Crypto News Alerts pod. Today is November 12th, 2023. Happy birthday to Frankie V, my broski from the same mother. You know what I mean? What it do? And welcome everyone just joining us. Without further ado, let's kick it off with our market watch as we do each and every day. Shall we? You should be able to see on your screen right now, we got Bitcoin currently correcting, but a good omen is Bitcoin is maintaining that 37,000 support. I think we're likely to march on up and retest 38,000 as the last time we broke you know what I mean, and 38 we didn't capture was only because BlackRock announced news of launching an ETF on Ethereum, and it took all of the hype away out of Bitcoin, and it took some of the market share. Hence, Bitcoin started correcting, and you saw Ethereum surge. We still have Ethereum holding and maintaining above 2,000. Solana has been on a rip lately. It's currently trading at $56, down 6%, correcting on the day. And they say when in doubt, zoom out. So let's look at the 1 month price action. You can see Bitcoin now up almost 40% since Jim Cramer said, Mr. Bitcoin's going down. Y'all remember that? Yeah, you can't make this ish up. So Bitcoin's been on a tear, and we're only halfway through Moonvember. We have Ethereum up 33% on the month. We got BNB up 21%, XRP up 37%. Solana, one of the top gainers, up 163% in the past 30 days. And with Cardano up over 54%. Which altcoins are you currently bullish on? Do let me know. And checking out coin market cap, we can see the current crypto market cap sent above $1.41 trillion with about 48 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. We got the Bitcoin dominance on the climb again at 51.3%, with the Ether dominance also on the climb at 17.4%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers of the past 24 hours, we have Celestia up 16%, trading at $4.59, followed by Thorchain up 13%, trading at $5.25, followed by Avalanche up 10%, trading at $18.33. And as we scroll up, you can see what cryptos are currently trending. We got Solana, we got Cetify, which I've never even heard of, as well as Terra Classic. And shout out to CoinMarketCap. They recently reached out to me over on X and wanted me to JV on their community, and they're going to start featuring crypto news alerts right here on the homepage, which I'm pretty excited about. So let's get this baby rolling. And checking out crypto bubbles, we can see CRO, obviously one of the biggest losers on the day, including along with FTT, the native token of the FTX exchange, down 25%. Some of the top gainers include Matic, Clayton, Rune, and TIA, as well as Helium. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're currently rated a 73 in greed, yesterday a 70, last week a 70, and last month a 44. In fear. So there you have it, fam. How many of you are currently bullish on the King Crypto? Please do let me know in that live chat. Thank you, Will. I appreciate the congrats. It's a big move ahead. So we're excited. What up, Brian Kelter? Jim Cramer has been saying Bitcoin's going to 10,000. He forgot to add the zero. Yeah, damn right. Listen to no one on the mainstream. All I got to say. Congrats on the partnership. Thank you, Tim. I'm looking forward to it. I've been following and promoting CoinMarketCap since I started. Do you know they received 340 million views per month? Whole nother level, virtually meaning everyone in crypto checks CoinMarketCap, including myself here every day. Like hot women with a what? The ETH growth on Bitcoin is nasty. Just saying. That's actually hilarious. Shout out to the Bitcoin block. CPI forecast at 3.3%, says Martian. When are we going to get these CPI numbers? Is that incoming here this week? Let me know. You know what I mean? Track says Clive Richardson, I will be running 3 later this month as heaters. Oh, word up. Enjoying from Panama. Shout out to Panama. Shout out to Robert O'Connor. I appreciate you tuning in to the live show. As you can see, Bitcoin's holding on to 37,000. We're barely back in the green and pumping. Once again, do you guys think once we retest 38, we're likely to break above it, hitting a new annual high? Do let me know your thoughts as we now enter our Bitcoin technical analysis. On the day, we'll check out the charts where the Bitcoin price action is likely to go next. Now, we all know this mofo by the name of Peter Schiff, so I'm going to be sharing with you, could Bitcoin crash as Peter Schiff is predicting, or are we going to soar to $150,000? You guys let me know in that chat. So here we go. Schiff bets on a Bitcoin price crash before the ETF launches. Bitcoin is a favorite topic of criticism for the troll, Peter Schiff, the chief economist and global strategist at asset management firm Europoc. Now, throughout the years, he has repeatedly insulted or insisted that unlike gold, Bitcoin's value is destined to return to zero, and that no one in fact wishes to hold it except in order to sell later on. That's not true. I hold for the lifetime ahead. I'm not looking to sell at any price. Even if you threw $1 billion at me, I'm still holding on to my Bitcoin. So this is false. Now, with Bitcoin circling 18-month highs, he has turned his attention to what others say will be a watershed moment for the King Crypto, the launch of the US' first spot Bitcoin ETF. Let's go. And in today's show, we're going to be dissecting everything related to the BlackRock ETF and everything you need to know regarding the latest news. Now, an approval is thought to be due in early 2024. They say on January 10th. Now, while the rumors that a green light can come in November are thought to have fueled the last week's ascent past 37,000. Now, while some believe that the announcement will be the sell the news event where investors reduce exposure once certainty over the ETF hits for Schiff, a Bitcoin price come down may not even wait for that. In a new survey, he offered two scenarios for a Bitcoin crash before and after the ETF launch. Now, alternatively, respondents could choose buy and hodl to the moon, which ultimately became the most popular choice with 68% of the nearly 25,000 votes. That would definitely have been my guess on the poll, but then again, I didn't participate in it, just FYI. But here's what he had to share. Based on the results, my guess is that Bitcoin crashes before the ETF launch, ultimately saying you guys don't know anything. That's why people who bought the rumor won't actually profit if they wait for the fact to sell. Now, here are the official poll results that he shared here. When will Bitcoin crash? 68.1% said buy and hodl till the moon, and that's almost with 25,000 votes. 23% of you said after the ETF launch, and only less than 9% said before the launch. Now, as reported, the moon amongst the institutional sphere is lightening as the ETF debate looks increasingly set to end in Bitcoin's favor. And amongst the latest optimistic price forecast is that from Alliance Bernstein, which last week predicted a peak of 150,000 per Bitcoin this bull cycle. Quoting them here, we believe early flows could be slower and buildup could be more gradual. And post-halving is when ETF flow momentum could build, leading to a cycle peak in 2025 and not 2024. Let me know if you agree or disagree with these analysts. The current Bitcoin breakout is just simply ETF approval news getting slowly priced in, and then the market monitors the initial outflows and likely gets disappointed in the short run. Now, this chart that they shared, which you can see on your screen, it shows you the price past the future behavior delineated by the halving cycles. Now, we all know a Bitcoin halving is scheduled to take place in April of 2024, roughly only 5 months out. So this is the most bullish time of the season, if you can imagine. Now, not BlackRock, but Max Keiser, shout out to the high priest, he tagged Michael Saylor and said, yo, Michael Saylor, if you moved MicroStrategy to El Salvador, the tax breaks would allow you to buy more Bitcoin, much, much more. Do you think this is a move that the Giga Chad would consider? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments right down below. We know many companies have relocated to El Salvador, including Bitfinex, including Jack Mallers' Strike, and many other companies opening up shop as it is the Bitcoin citadel, right? Also, all the advantages, zero capital gains tax. Don't really get any better than that. Shout out to Nate. I appreciate the love, my fam. What up, Bango? Good to see you again. Welcome back. He says, I need 100 Bitcoin to be happy. Well, you better get to work, fam. The clock is ticking. Tony Smith, what it do? How's it going? I'm going to dollar cost average until 2032. Holy moly. Shout out to Mike Smith. El Salvador is tax-free. Don't get no better than that. Who wants to pay the tax, man? You know what I mean? Good Lord. El Salvador for the win. Good evening, champs. What up, Erico? What it do? Shout out to Jaws Tech. I appreciate you. It's all good. Better late than never, right? You can catch the replay and go back at any time. Congrats. Don't forget all of us little people, says Nate. Yo, it's all good, fam. Tell him to short Bitcoin if he's got the stones. That's right. I don't think Peter Schiff has the balls to do that, just saying. But interestingly, his son Spencer is bullish on Bitcoin. You know what I mean? So kudos to the future generation. Some people are just too hard-headed, I think, to ever get it. Max shared in a recent tweet, I told Peter Schiff to buy Bitcoin at $1, $10, $100, $1,000, $10,000. And when it's $100,000, I'll be reminding him again. Great coverage as always. Thank you, Tom C. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Much love, much respect. I'm going to take a break at accumulating at some point to pay off some debts, says McLovin. A lot of Brits here. I'm eating beans and toast. Word up. My breakfast this morning was avocado toast, one of my favorite. I love avocado personally. Peter Ish, you already know Chris. Everyone needs to buy Bitcoin. What are you waiting for? There is a window of opportunity. fastly closing as we approach this 2024 halving, as well as the approval of the Bitcoin spot ETFs, which will absolutely be the major catalyst to catapult the Bitcoin price action to infinity and beyond as we enter a new price discovery mode for the cycle. As we all know, the current all-time high is 69,000. I feel we're destined to crush it. And one of the later stories I'm going to be reading to you is, will Bitcoin smash that $100,000 mark by the year 2024? And will we have this Bitcoin fiesta party in Puerto Rico already? Well, we're going to break that down. Spencer isn't bullish anymore. He gave up Bitcoin for AI. Oh, good Lord, Maurice Bailey, but not shocking. Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. Let's now break into our next story of the day and discuss the latest lawsuit FTX just launched against fellow exchange ByBit. And by a show of hands, I'm curious, how many of you have used the ByBit exchange before? Do let me know. I know they allow trading with leverage, so a lot of investors tend to get wrecked, especially trading like 100x leverage. I think that's pure insanity. But anyways, here's the latest coming in. The FTX bankruptcy estate, headed by CEO John Ray, has filed a lawsuit against ByBit, an investment arm, Marana, and various execs. The aim is to recover funds and digital assets that ByBit withdrew from FTX just before the collapse, with the current value close to $1 billion. Now, the suit claims ByBit used its VIP access and ties with the FTX staff to withdraw significant cash and digital assets from Marana. Now, Time Research and executives just before the FTX collapse. During the FTX November 2022 withdrawal difficulties, FTX employees tracked VIP customer withdrawal requests in a spreadsheet labeled VIP requests. Prioritize settlement. The lawsuit alleges that FTX's settlement team went to great lengths to prioritize Marana's significant withdrawals, resulting in over $327 million in transfers to Marana. Now, the total value of the assets withdrawn by ByBit and its execs from FTX now reportedly reached almost $1 billion, as disclosed here in this official lawsuit. The lawsuit claims ByBit has imposed limitations on the FTX estate, preventing the withdrawal of assets exceeding $125 million on the ByBit exchange, and allegedly, ByBit is using these assets as leverage to seek recovery for a remaining balance of $20 million that it could not withdraw from FTX before the collapse. The lawsuit claims in October of 2021, a ByBit exec privately revealed to FTX that the company controlled BitDAO, now known as Mantle, despite presenting BitDAO as a decentralized organization run by community members. Then in May of 2023, ByBit approached the FTX bankruptcy estate about reversing the transaction, even though the value of the BIT tokens, approximately $50 million at the time, far outweighed the value of the FTT tokens, approximately $4 million at that time. And after FTX rejected the illogical proposal, BitDAO swiftly rebranded as Mantle, introducing MNT tokens for BIT hodlers to convert at a 1-to-1 ratio. And as FTX began its conversion, BitDAO allegedly disabled it and held a community vote to decide on restricting FTX from converting its tokens. And according to this lawsuit, FTX informed ByBit that the action violated the automatic stay in the Chapter 11 bankruptcy. And despite this, the community vote passed, with votes seemingly linked to ByBit execs. Now, notably, the fifth largest vote came from the wallet DTOH.ETH, identified as Marana Ventures, a Marana subsidiary led by David Toe. Now, the legal action is pursuing compensatory and punitive damages from ByBit regarding the token scheme and the assets held on the platform. So there you have it. Anything involving FTX seem to be fraudulent in some way, shape, or form. What are your thoughts on the ByBit exchange? Please do let me know. Zap Imgrim says, you already know. Word up. Yo, what it do? What up, Melda the Witch? Welcome, fam. What's new? What's poppin'? 5 days T+N to withdraw your Bitcoin that you buy after depositing fiat on MEXC, according to Clive. Nice to know that ByBit had VIP access for some. Wonder if Binance has that now. Take your Bitcoin off the motherfucking exchanges. Preach. right? Not your keys, not your coins. The worst place you can keep your crypto is in the hands of somebody else. So self-custody, learn how to self-custody, and only use the exchange when it's necessary. An exchange is an on-ramp and off-ramp. So when you need to make a trade, for example, you need to trade your Ethereum for Bitcoin, or you need to trade your favorite altcoin for some Bitcoin during this bull run, you use an exchange. As soon as you execute the trade, you then send your crypto to your own private self-custody wallet. The same thing when you're buying Bitcoin, maybe you're using an exchange like Coinbase or Kraken or Gemini, etc. Regardless of what exchange it is, there's no exchange that is safe, right? FTX was the second largest exchange in the world, and it was fraudulent. And then everyone's funds lost, gone forever. Maybe you'll see some recovery in the future. Who freaking knows? But as all we can tell is it's not safe on the exchanges, so remove your crypto off the exchanges. You have been warned. Only the king ain't shady, says Unmatrix. What it do, fam? Shout out to Sherry Young. Good to see you. What's poppin'? How's your Sunday going? Welcome. Church is in session. We're preaching the holy gospel of Satoshi as we do each and every day. Self-custody is definitely the way. Preach, Daniel V. Let's go. Shout out to the Bitcoin block. What it do? I don't mess with leverage or ByBit or any of that. I buy spot and hodled and cold storage. Some people win on gambling. It's just not my way. Same here. I've been offered to promote ByBit over the years numerous times. And yeah, I think they're a little shady if you're to ask me, but I don't have any inside info on that. I just tend to stay away from them as well. Anyone promoting trading with leverage like at 100x, red flag, just saying. On-off ramps are becoming problematic, it seems. And what did Andreas Antonopoulos say? What does a government do to a cryptocurrency, Bitcoin in this case, that they can't control? Well, the next best thing, they can control the on-ramps and off-ramps. It's all they can do. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But anyways, fam, now we broke that story down. Now let's discuss Ethereum versus Bitcoin for this bull cycle. I shared yesterday a very bullish target from Arthur Hayes predicting a $100,000 Ethereum price action. Probably the most bullish prediction I've ever shared on Ethereum. But nonetheless, here's what ETH and Bitcoin are likely to do from the macro guru, Raoul. Let's break this down. Raoul says that the top smart contract platform ETH is set to outperform Bitcoin as the crypto markets enter into a new spring phase. The former exec from Goldman Sachs tells his 1 million followers on X that based on the Tom DeMark sequential indicator, ETH is setting up to outrun Bitcoin. The DeMark sequential aims to identify points of trend exhaustion or price reversal, quoting him here alongside this chart. That is the weekly DeMark 9 count for the Ethereum Bitcoin cross. ETH most likely outperforms from here as per usual as the stage in late crypto spring. Now, the previous cycles, Ethereum have also outpaced Bitcoin. I think personally, Bitcoin will finally outpace ETH this cycle, but not according to the macro guru. Powell goes on to say the Ethereum-based exchange-traded funds will be the holy grail for the asset managers, at least until some form of competition emerges. Quoting him here, an ETH ETF is the holy grail for asset managers as they can capture the yield and only give price performance to the ETF holders. It is a super profitable business until it gets completed away eventually. However, one prominent crypto analyst has a stance that contradicts Powell's assessment of Ethereum outperforming Bitcoin. Recently, the crypto strategist Benjamin Cohen issued an alert saying that Bitcoin dominance, the BTC.D chart, which tracks the percentage of the total market cap that belongs to Bitcoin, will continue to be bullish, meaning that the alts, including ETH, will lag behind Bitcoin. Quoting the analyst here, my crypto portfolio for the last couple of years has been predominantly just Bitcoin because I suspect that it will outperform most of the rest of the market. Not all of the market, but most of the rest of the market. And that's why the dominance has gone higher. So there you have it, fam. What camp are you in? Which do you think is likely to outpace the other? Is it going to be Bitcoin or Ethereum? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments right down below. What do you guys think of Cash App as an on and off ramp? I think it's a great place to buy some Bitcoin. Why not? I mean, they only sell exclusively Bitcoin, and it's easy to do so. I think that's why the company is crushing it personally. So I'd say it's a great place to do so. How many of you have purchased Bitcoin from the Cash App? Please do let us know. You know what I mean? Bitcoin is the only crypto to hold without worry, says Track U2. Amen. That's why Bitcoin is the fastest horse in the race with the least risk. I'd say Ethereum is extremely risky. Yes, it has the potential to outpace Bitcoin this cycle. It has in the previous cycles, but also much more risky. It can't be compared to Bitcoin as a store of value because there is an infinite max supply, whereas Bitcoin has a 21 million finite limited supply. Also, now Ethereum has switched its entire protocol from proof of work to proof of stake, so it may be deemed an unregistered security by the regulators, whereas Bitcoin has the green light. We know it's a commodity. You know what I mean? Bitcoin will destroy all the altcoins. Word up, Workus. You got to keep in mind that Bitcoin is the apex predator, and all cryptos and all assets will eventually go to zero against the king. You know what I mean? Bitcoin is much safer. Amen, Barry. 100% there. There is no denying that. Bitcoin for president 2024. Amen. And also Bukele. Hopefully he wins the re-election. Erico says 21 million Bitcoin only. God bless. What up, Bubba Fru? What it do? Got a cold wallet? Don't sell your Bitcoin. Even this ETF thing is not going to be different. They want to take your Bitcoin and you won't be able to afford the Bitcoin later. You'll be left with paper. Amen. We got to keep that in mind. BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, is coming for all your Bitcoin and for all your Ethereum. They made this very clear with their ETF applications we'll be discussing here shortly. I love the Cash App as an on-ramp, then cold storage, says Robert O'Connor. That's right. So when you purchase using the Cash App, you don't need to keep the crypto or Bitcoin on your Cash App. Simply send it to your cold storage. That's the way to do it. All roads lead to BTC. Thank you, Tom C. Much love. Can only tax once you receive profits. It's not withdrawn, then it's still an investment. Boom, job done. Bitcoin first, second, and third choice. Amen. There is no second best. Smash the like, fam. Thank you, Erico. Just learned about you this week. Great content. Love what you do. Good job. Thank you, Crypto Cappy. Much love, much respect. Majin says Bitcoin is 90% of my holdings. The other 10% is speculative portfolio with mainly Ethereum and Solana. Well, word up. Well, let's dive into our next story of the day. We have a lot to cover still. I'm going to be discussing a 400% rally could be on the cusp of where we're at, according to some indicators from the past. So let's break this baby down, shall we? And massive shout out to everyone just joining us in that live chat. Now, a closely followed strategist says the Bitcoin is giving off a bullish reading that had previously preceded a massive surge in price. We're talking about the Analyst Sheds. He tells his 300,000 followers on X the Bitcoin's relative strength index, known as the RSI, the indicator on the weekly chart, is now in overbought territory. The RSI is a momentum indicator that traders use to spot trend continuation or reversals. Sheds says that when Bitcoin flashed the same signal back in October of 2020, Bitcoin skyrocketed, printing gains of more than 5x. How many of you witnessed that in 2020? Let me know. Quoting him here, observation, Bitcoin weekly RSI entering the power zone, overbought equals bullish. The last time this happened, the price ran from 12,000 to 64,000. He ain't telling no lies, fam. When Bitcoin moves, it moves fast. Though the price context is different, this is worth observing. Amen. And he outlines that right here on the chart with those red arrows. Now, traditionally, an overbought asset suggests it's trading well above the fair value, and investors tend to think that a correction is in sight. However, Sheds agrees that the opposite applies to the King Crypto. Quoting him here, overbought means bullish. The only way to become overbought is to be bullish, and the trends tend to continue. Most of Bitcoin's biggest price gains historically have come while overbought for what it's worth. And I think the analyst makes a great point, and you can see where we're at and where we're heading very, very clearly. So let me know if you think Bitcoin can do another run up 400%. Let me know in that chat. And looking at the smart contract platform ETH, Shed says that the bulls will likely start to flex their muscles once the second largest crypto by market moves above as a key price. Now, ETH sideliners can use a break and hold $2,150 area as a long thesis. So that's the line in the sand for Ethereum to watch out for, as outlined right here in this chart. So there you have it, my crypto fam. Shout out to the UFO nut. Shout out to Malden. What it do? Bitcoin scarcity outperforms everything else. That's right, because Bitcoin is perfect money. When I say perfect, I mean perfect. You know what I mean? It's the greatest form of money to ever exist. It's the first form of money in human existence with a true finite limited supply, right? So you have true genuine scarcity. With gold, there's relative scarcity, but not true scarcity. They introduce more gold into the market each and every year. So that's not a good sign. You know what I mean? So again, Bitcoin's the ultimate store of value. It's a hedge against inflation. It's a hedge against deflation. It's unconfiscatable. It's incorruptible. And it's perfect collateral as well. I think in the future, people aren't going to be departing with their Bitcoin. They'll be borrowing against it 100%. You know what I mean? Yes, I think we'll run to 38,000 tonight. Well, if we break 38,000, we're going to do another live watch party. Let me know if you'd like to see that. Last time we broke out to the new annual high a few days back, we did a $40,000 watch party and we had a nice pump, and I think we went live for like 12 hours. It was pretty lit. Anything is possible with Bitcoin, even surpass 400%. Amen. Michael Saylor is saying Bitcoin can 10x this cycle. That would be a $370,000 Bitcoin price action. Let's freaking go. What up, bro? What up, Crypto Lucian? Good to see you, fam. Very small flow to Bitcoin, low supply. Massive demand. Yeah, I'm short-term bullish too. Word up, brother JV. What it do? Shout out to Monty W. Appreciate you. Kevin Cortez. Daps, my friend. Bitcoin is the only decentralized option. Amen. So therefore, there is no second best. You know what I mean? As a wise man once said. How many Bitcoin are there? 18 million or so? Yeah, I think the circulating supply right now is just above 18 million. Yeah, BlackRock grills the SEC about its future ETF not being any different than the spot. BlackRock has the power to turn the courts. Probably money talks. And when it comes to money talking, no one talks louder than BlackRock. Just saying. Anyways, fam, now let's dive into our next story of the day and let's discuss what's the likelihood of the Bitcoin price surpassing that six-figure milestone in 2024, which is right around the corner. Let's break this down before we dive into our featured story of the day. Here we go. In addition to the widespread attention and media coverage, there exist many elements and forces that have the potential to significantly influence the trajectory of the Bitcoin price. In the face of the dynamic landscape of crypto, as per the 2023 draws to a close, there exists a climate of conjecture, optimism, and tangible eagerness. Bitcoin, the pioneering digital entity, finds itself amidst this tumultuous environment, projecting a substantial influence of possibilities and prospects. Let's go. The inquiry arises, is it plausible that in 2024, the attainment of the high sought after $100,000 Bitcoin price threshold will be realized? Let me know yes or no in that live chat, and let's break this down along with the main catalyst. The primary catalyst now under consideration is the anticipated legalization of the spot ETF, which is a topic of widespread interest. Growing speculation that the US SEC may approve a spot Bitcoin ETF potentially even this week. There's a window open until the 17th, just FYI. Now, this is what's fueling the revival of Bitcoin. Analysts at Bloomberg Intelligence have projected a 90% possibility of approval for this vehicle, referring to James Seyfarth as well as Eric Balchunas, the head ETF analyst at Bloomberg, which may allow the significant institutional investors with U.S. headquarters to enter the crypto market on or before January 10th of next year, which is a deadline, I know at least for the ARK, 21 shares. Now, Bitcoin is currently displaying a robust technical outlook with an overwhelmingly bullish sentiment. Trading Views one-day indicators gives a buy rating for 15 indicators, with moving averages signaling a strong buy for 13, while 7 indicators remain neutral. So right now you got more buy signals than sell or neutral. This technical strength aligns with the recent surge of the Bitcoin price value, primarily fueled by widespread anticipation surrounding the potential approval of the spot Bitcoin ETF mixed with the hype of the Bitcoin halving. Now, another possible factor that could stimulate change is the US Federal Reserve adopting a more cooperative approach. Over the past 18 months, the central bank has used a proactive approach of raising interest rates in order to address the issue of inflation, and there's the possibility that this policy position may be sustained. What do you think, fam? If the Fed chair, Jay Powell, and his staff feel confident in their efforts to effectively control inflation, it's possible they may not only halt the increase of interest rates, but also consider reducing them by 2024. Now, the interconnected nature of financial markets and policy decisions underscores the need for vigilant observation as we navigate the evolving landscape of economic dynamics. Now, the next halving for Bitcoin, an intriguing event that happens around every 4 years, cutting the pace of inflation in half, is the third thing that might change the game drastically. I'm going to rephrase that. It is the third thing that will change the game for Bitcoin drastically. That's a fact. Now, this halving, scheduled for April, just 5 months out, will provide a new supply schedule for Bitcoin and significantly reduce its annual inflation rate in comparison to precious metals such as gold. This is an important factor, not just a quirk. The price of Bitcoin will inevitably rise as long as demand for it keeps growing and there is less supply available. The story of Bitcoin's history confirms this, with strong bull markets usually commencing in the months preceding and succeeding a halving. That's right, and typically it's the year preceding the halving we hit the cycle peak. Now, in the midst of the dynamic crypto landscape, the close of 2023 sets the stage for the Bitcoin journey into 2024, which is right around the corner, with factors like regulatory decisions on the spot ETFs, the Fed's policy shifts, and the intriguing prospect of the 2024 Bitcoin halving. Now, could the sought-after 100,000 threshold become a reality? What's your thoughts, fam? As the crypto market continues to evolve, opportunities abound for those ready to navigate the winds of change in this digital frontier. So there you have it. Let me know if you feel we're likely to tap that 6-figure mark by the year 2024. Holla at your boy. And I'll read these comments out loud before we dive into our feature story of the day. And we are pumping once again. Do you think we're going to retest 38,000 here this weekend? Do let me know. And maybe we'll break it. You never ever know. Dutch hodler, what it do? Demand shock. That's right. Another major catalyst. They estimate there's only 1.6 to 1.8 million Bitcoin on the exchanges. When you have all this massive demand from the asset managers around the world trying to get their hands on this precious Bitcoin, it's going to drive the prices up because the long-term hodlers are not departing with their Bitcoin. It's like the highest statistic we have seen where the long-term hodlers haven't moved their Bitcoin in the past 6 to 8 months. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. You know what I mean? Supply shock, hang on there, every little sat, amen. Because you know what? Once BlackRock buys that Bitcoin and Ethereum, they will never depart from it, ever. Just like Michael Saylor, this is a lifetime purchase, fam. So do not depart with your precious Bitcoin, just saying. You know what I mean? 100,000 would have happened last cycle if there wasn't so many black swans. 100,000 is bearish and inevitable, says Matthew J. I think you're right. I think we would have surpassed 69,000 if it wasn't for Bankman the fraudster. Demand shock. Send it. Let's go, Melda. Where can we see how many Bitcoins are on the exchanges? You can check that out on some of the metrics. You can probably Google it and find those metrics, how many Bitcoin are on the exchanges. 38,000 Bitcoin. Let's freaking go. JV, I smashed the like. Thank you, Glenn T. It helps out a lot. Oh my God, epic bull run coming. Send it. That's what's up. OMG, epic bull. Yeah, send it again. 2024 6-figure Bitcoin by the end of the year, in my opinion. I hope you're right. I think we hit the new all-time high in 2024. I feel it's inevitable, but I think we hit the cycle peak multiple 6 figures in 2025. That's just my 2 Satoshis. What are your thoughts? Clive says 4 million Bitcoin lost. If everyone finds it, please send me just a little bit. Pun intended. Word up. So if there's 4 million Bitcoin lost and gone forever, that takes us down to what? 17 million Bitcoin there will ever be in existence. Word. That means even more scarce than we even imagined. Keep your Bitcoin safe and never let it go. That's what's up. Now, Arthur Hayes says that this crypto cycle will be between $750,000 to $1 million per coin by 2026, then crash to 200,000. JV, I will be confused on what to do with my Bitcoin bag if this happens. Please advise. As long as you're tuning in on the regular, you're not going to be confused because you're going to be listening to me and you will be hodling. Trust me, there will be no reason to sell your precious Bitcoin when it's $1 million. There'll be more incentives for you to hodl your Bitcoin than to sell it. Mark my words. What up, Bitcoin Srini? Let's go. The future is looking bright for Bitcoin. Amen. Will. Send it. Ambrosia Chocolate Factory, welcome to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. I appreciate you. If you're gaining value out of today's show, smash that subscribe button. You'll get a on-screen shout out as we do during the lives. And with all that being shared, now let's break into our featured story of the day and discuss why right now BlackRock is betting so big on Bitcoin, considering BlackRock is the largest asset manager in the world, currently controlling over $10 trillion in assets under management. Let's break this down, but let's start right here. Within 63 days, the first Bitcoin spot ETF will be launched. That's a fact. Here is why. In exactly 63 days, the final deadline for ARK Invest Bitcoin Spot ETF will finally arrive. The reality is the SEC cannot reject the ARK ETF and then approve BlackRock's Spot ETF. Considering that Grayscale had already won a lawsuit against the SEC, it's likely that all the Spot ETFs will be approved before ARK Invest. Therefore, we can anticipate the introduction of the first Bitcoin Spot ETF within the next 63 days. Send it. Check this out next. Bitcoin Spot ETFs application update. Number 1, till November 17th, which is still 5 days away, we're in an 8-day window where SEC can approve them all. And there's currently 12 of them sitting on the desk of the chairman, Gary Gensler. You know what I mean? Now, number 2, on the 17th, it's the deadline for the latest 2 apps, including Hashdex and Franklin Templeton. So mark that on your calendar, the 17th. Now, number 3, the 21st of November is the deadline for the 10th ETF application, which is Global X. And number 4, in case the decision for all 3 applications of points 2 and 3 are delayed and we pass on the 17th, the next important deadline, the most important of all, is on January 10th, 2024. So mark this date on your calendar, fam. The latest deadline for the SEC to decide on the ARK ETF application. And according to Eric Balchunas and James Seyfarth of Bloomberg, they're giving it a 90% chance of a massive Bitcoin ETF approval within the 10th of January of 2024. And it shows you all the dates here from all the major asset managers that we're watching out for right now. So keep this in mind first and foremost. Next up, BlackRock is increasingly confident we will see the SEC approval of Bitcoin Spot ETF in January. In fact, BlackRock already started seeding their investment back in October. They're buying mass amounts of Bitcoin. Also, they just recently, this was breaking news I shared a few days back, BlackRock submitted the iShares Ethereum Trust registered in Delaware. So not only are they coming for Bitcoin, they're coming for Ethereum. And this was Max's quote, which I quoted here. And you can see this is the official, filing proof of receipt. Now, an ETH ETF will create an interesting arbitrage between the proof of work and the proof of stake. Properly managed ETH ETF short positions will perpetually generate profits to roll into the Bitcoin ETF. Now, next, demand for Bitcoin can grow by up to 10x within the next 12 months. Now, the Giga Chad himself, Michael Saylor, was recently asked on November 10th, 2 days ago, at the speech he gave at the 2023 Australia Crypto Convention to provide his prediction regarding the trajectory of Bitcoin and its ecosystem in the forthcoming 4 to 5 years. And here's what the Giga Chad had to share. I transcribed his speech. I think that this next 12 months is going to be big. Preach, because demand on a monthly basis should double or even triple or maybe go up by a factor of 10x, send it, anywhere from 2 to 10. And the supply available for sale will be cut in half in April due to that Bitcoin halving, fam, right around the corner. So instead of $1 billion of Bitcoin available for miners each month, it will be $500 million. Again, it's getting cut in half. It's pretty unprecedented that you go from a supply and demand balance of maybe $15 billion of organic demand and $12 billion of organic supply. What happens when one doubles and the other one gets cut in half? The price is just going to adjust up. Facts. You're going to have a ferocious competition and will among Wall Streeters to get the most asset share. And you're going to have crypto exchanges competing, and you're going to have other tech companies getting involved. That will be one check. So if you think about it like that, you just say, well, now we're going to double. We are going to double again. We are going to double again, and we're going to double again. That coin is going to continue to progress to $1 million per Bitcoin, $2 million per coin, $5 million per coin, and then $10 million per Bitcoin. Send it and let's freaking go. And I'm going to share some more with you. Michael Saylor says BlackRock, Citadel, and Fidelity will send the Bitcoin price north of $1 million, transcribing another interview right here. It looks like a spot ETF will probably get approved. 100%. There is massive political pressure to approve one. The circumstances have changed, and now there is a way for the SEC to approve it without them backtracking on its previous legal and policy guidance. Certainly, there's a lot of Wall Street entities that have a vested interest in seeing this happen. BlackRock, Fidelity, you name it, JP Morgan, all of them. If you're an institution, one way to get Bitcoin exposure is to buy the underlying asset, but there have been challenges with finding the right exchange to buy it on and the custody arrangement. So a similar way to do so is with the spot Bitcoin ETF. There are trillions of dollars. The total addressable market is north of 700 trillion, just FYI fam, and capital that is required to invest in a security that trades in these compliant forums. And that is understating the obvious. There's tens of trillions of dollars. So there is a lot of capital that can't buy the Bitcoin or self-custody the Bitcoin. They don't want to do charter. Maybe it's against the tax code. Maybe when they raised 10 billion from public investors, they raised it to invest in securities, but not interested in properties or commodities. So the spot ETF availability is a major milestone for institutional adoption. Preach. The approval of the spot ETF is another major milestone in regulatory clarity, which is tantamount to an endorsement. The engagement of Fidelity, Citadel, BlackRock, Schwab. I mean, Schwab is synonymous with Wall Street. 100 years of Wall Street. That's a century, fam. So what you'll have is Wall Street coming together to offer securities and exchange services and indirectly custody services for mainstream investors. And if we look out about 12 months, and if what I was saying, what are the key milestones that drive mainstream adoption for Bitcoin? Well, one of them is clear. It's the spot ETF. The second is the designation that Bitcoin is an asset class, which we already know is a fact. The recognition of it as a legitimate commodity. It's a big deal. When Jerome Powell says it's not going away, when Gary Gensler and the head of the SEC and CFTC both say it's a digital commodity might not sound like much, but when you go down the next round, like, is it a Ponzi scheme? Is it a scam? Is it tulip bulbs? The difference between tulip bulbs and digital commodity is a 0 versus a 1. I've said it before. I'll repeat it again. If Bitcoin is not going to 0, it's going to $1 million per coin. It's either nothing. And if it's nothing, then it's getting scrubbed out and banned. And of course, we now know it's not getting banned. There is no way, fam, that Fidelity, Citadel, BlackRock, Charles Schwab, Deutsche Bank, Credit Agricole, Banco Santander all decide they're interested in this and they're not endorsing a tulip bulb, right? Once you go from 0 to 1, then the question is, well, it's an asset class. And if it's not going away, what's it worth? Well, it's worth 1% of the assets in the world. So 1% drives it up by a factor of 10 to 20. So there you have it, my crypto fam. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Michael Saylor's bullish price prediction that the Bitcoin price is likely to go parabolic this run and that we can potentially see a 10x on price appreciation, which would take the Bitcoin price to roughly $370,000 per Bitcoin. Let me know in that live chat. A massive shout out to everyone just joining us. We just surpassed 500 people concurrent on the live stream. I love it. I appreciate everyone's support so much. Means the world to me because, hey, again, Bitcoin Church is in session every Sunday. We're preaching the holy gospel of Satoshi. Not only on Sunday, though, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year. You know how the CNA fam do. Let's go. Shout out to the Lonely Crab. What up, future millionaire? MCL says agreed. Selling Bitcoin equals capital gains tax equals dumb. Borrowing against Bitcoin asset after 2030 equals tax-free income. Glad you got that. Less than 6 million wallets with over 1,000 in Bitcoin. I have more than one of them. That's what's up. So we're talking about 0.1 to 1% adoption. Going to know a lot of people with Bitcoin in the next 4 to 10 years. Preach. What up, Raoul? I appreciate you tuning in. Says anything is possible, especially with the King Crypto. You already know. Print it. Word. Okay, I see 1 million. But how do we get a bigger market cap than 20 million? Ask Chris. Fun times, says Guy Smokey. It's not like Michael Saylor is an MIT rocket scientist. Yeah, right? What up, Bitcoin Block? What up, Razil? Beast Mode, send it. OG Backroad Crypto Bootleg, welcome to the show. Let's go, JV. Preach. You already know how we do. One love. There should be 500 likes. There's over 500 people watching. Thanks for the reminder. Track you too. I appreciate that. I can see in your crystal ball so clearly. Smash that like button. Appreciate the reminder. Bring the pump. Let's go. Do you think we're going to pump to 38 here? What do you think? Where do you feel we'll end the month of Moonvember? Let me know that as well in that chat. Love the show, says Sherry Young. Hopefully I'm getting you guys excited, right? Because that's my job here. How many Bitcoin will the ETF issuers custody? That's the $1 million question. How much Bitcoin are they going to be capable of buying? there's a limited supply, right? The one that has the most Bitcoin right now is Grayscale. So they're going to be converting their GBTC product into a spot Bitcoin ETF. They already hold and control over 600,000 Bitcoin. So they're ahead of everyone else. BlackRock just started seeding their Bitcoin position for the spot ETF in October, which was last month, which started driving the price up. Then there were rumors, you know what I mean? There could be that ETF approval, and the market had been going on a frenzy for the ETF ever since. You know what I mean? Bitcoin hit 50,000. Oh yeah, I can't even keep up with the comments. They're moving so fast. I love this. A good problem. He's a rocket scientist. Literally, he's an MIT grad talking about Saylor 100%. Appreciate the dedication to keep you informed. Thank you. You're very welcome, Brett. I appreciate you tuning in. Bad Sunshine says 42,000. John Cunning says 55,000. These are your guesses for the price action before the end of the year. Word up, 38,000 to 41,000 says Will. Peace from Saigon, Vietnam. Shout out to Satch. I appreciate you tuning in from Vietnam. I reckon 43. Maladen says 42. Crypto Cappy says, I agree, Bitcoin will get it up to that 20x. I mean, Bitcoin still has the potential to 100x from here. 100x, we're talking 3.7 million per BTC. I have $1,000 in Bitcoin. It's a start. It's a hell of a start, right? How many people have nothing in Bitcoin? Or they have all their funds in an Ishcoin because they think they're too late for the Bitcoin party. You know what I mean? But you're not too late. Still a good time to get your position. You know what I mean? 57.5 predicts Jack. That would be a hell of a target, wouldn't it? 69 says Ambrosia. Can we compare the Bitcoin spot ETF market in Canada to the US? How much bigger? That's a great question. I think the United States market, when it comes to the financials, is going to be way larger than the rest of the markets, in my humble opinion. But I don't know much about the Canadian markets because I'm not Canadian. What up? 39.9 says Robert O'Connor. I have 0 BTC, says Jaws. You better get moving. Start getting some sats. How many sats you have? How many Satoshi millionaires do we have, right? We may not have a lot of Bitcoin millionaires. There's probably quite a few, but there's probably not a lot. But I bet you, I can guarantee you there's a lot of Satoshi millionaires, right? How many are there? How many are there? Let me know. Do you got a girlfriend? Vietnam says Skip. What are you guys doing? Thankness, are you here? How can we reach 1 million a coin without the AM market cap being at 20 million? I have no Bitcoin. I lost my wallet. We're all in the same boat. Max Kaiser says he lost all his wallet in a boating accident too. I lost all my Bitcoin to climate change. It's sad. Me love you long time. Me love you and have Bitcoin, says Skip. Same, my dog ate my wallet. Do you see altcoins continuing to pump, or is it about to cool off? I mean, the entire market's pumping, and the reality is when the entire market's pumping, a rising tide rises all ships. As long as Bitcoin's going up, the rest of the market's going to go up. That's a given. But typically, as we approach the halving, Bitcoin will lead the charge, and then the altcoins will follow behind it. That's typically how we roll. What up, future millionaire? I appreciate the super chat. JV, you thinking or hoping we get a decent pullback? Haven't loaded my alt bags just yet. Anything is possible. We're still 5 months out until the halving. So leading up to the halving, expect extreme volatility. I think there'll be a lot of opportunities to continue stacking sats, absolutely, and getting your positions in your favorite altcoins. So we haven't missed the boat, but that small window of opportunity is closing. So take advantage of it while you still can. Thank you, fam. 0.36 Bitcoin from San Francisco. Word up, Darren Lee. Much love. Need Bitcoin to be around 30,000 when the spot ETF becomes investable. Word up. Alts are going to 0. Well, Bitcoin is that apex predator, right? Where'd Nipsey go? He's probably chilling in the other room. He got this whole house to himself, just saying. Shout out to the official mascot of the show. Long live Nipsey Hussle. Rest empowered Nip. My wallet self-identifies as lost or sunk. There you go. Good to note. Facts. Every time I buy a new gun, I take my boating trip the same day, says Jesse Everything. Word. Bitcoin is the leader of all the other coins. Facts. There's no denying that. Always wonder, do people of Puerto Rico love the old movie West Side Story as much as so many in the U.S.? Hey, I've never seen that movie. I know nothing about it, so I can't answer that question. And I'm not from Puerto Rico. I just happened to relocate here in 2018. Anyways, 0.05 coins. Yeah, still have some time to stack. What'd it do? Why? Yeah, do what you do. No, everyone else is using Coinbase. The pro, as an American living outside the US and using a VPN, problems. Just be careful. You should probably use an exchange that you're allowed to use in your country without the need of a VPN. If you're using a VPN, that's kind of a red flag that you shouldn't be using their exchange. So if something goes wrong, you're not going to have any protection whatsoever. So be very careful. I need Nipsey could meet my dog Angel and they can get along. Yeah, Nipsey is not neutered, so he's capable of having some babies. If anyone want to have babies with Nipsey, let me know. Maybe we'll make it happen. We'll have some Nipsey pups. Bitcoin to the moon. Brian, word up. Bitcoin is going to the moon. There's no question about it. The question is when. When Lambo? When Rari? When halving? When ETF? Let's go. Yeah, I need to buy a Bitcoin miner, says Razdil. How many of you are involved with Bitcoin mining? Let me know. Exactly. If you're using a VPN to use the exchange, it's illegal to do so. Hence why you're using a VPN to use the exchange to circumvent the point that wherever your location or IP is not allowed to trade on that exchange. And if the exchange is advising you to use a VPN, that's not a good look. What up, Robbie Kaiser? What'd it do? It might be illegal. Might. But what do I know? Yeah, I use a VPN to protect my laptop info. I turn it off to make trades and then back on again. Completely understand that. It's all about privacy, right? Many people use VPNs. I recommend VPNs. When I lived in China, how did I access social media? VPN. Without a VPN, you can't check YouTube, you can't check Facebook, you can't check any social media platform from the United States because they ban them all and they have their own versions in China. So I had to use a VPN to even access social media, just to give you an example. But don't tell anybody that. Don't tell China. The CME closed at 37.5. Bitcoin trading below it right now. We're going to test 38,000 today. Brian, I'm in Alberta. Word up. Shout out to all my Canadians, eh? I was just looking at some used Lambos today. Oh, word. What years? Some person I know used the VPN. Now they can't withdraw his money from the exchange. Yeah, they'll use it against you. They may encourage you to get the VPN. You could have money on the exchange, and then they'll say, oh, you're not allowed to even be trading here, so therefore we can't give you your money back. So there's a lot of shady exchanges, fam. Just saying. I run multiple S9 solo hunting a Bitcoin block. Word up, rave. Much power, much respect. Do what it do. Anyone else mining Bitcoin? Let me know. So yeah, I mean, shout out to Brian Hong. Appreciate you guys. Andy Surfer, what's good, fam? What's poppin'? What are you guys most excited about this week in the crypto markets? Let me know. Don't break the rules, just bend it a little bit, says Razdil. Word. Yeah, man, it's wild. At least we're pumping in the green. It's going to be a hell of a week, I think. I think these final 2 weeks of November are going to be lit. We just seen a taste of what's to come. You know what I mean? I'm the American. I opened the Coinbase account while in the US. Now I am in Asia. How should I access my account? With or without the VPN? That's a great question. I don't know all the answers. You can try to access it without the VPN and see if it works. If you're not allowed to access it from your IP, then you're forced to use a VPN in order to even communicate with them, right? And maybe hit up their support, let them know your situation and see how they can help you. You know what I mean? Bitcoin on a FutureBit home miner. It's the easiest, cheapest way to start mining. Oh, good to know. So DW says running Bitcoin on the FutureBit home miner. I haven't heard of that one. My service dog. Oh, Nipsey is also a service dog. FYI, I travel with him around the world. My service dog is Charlie. She is too a black mount. Oh, word up. You have to send me a picture of Charlie. Excited to see the coiled spring that is the Bitcoin miners finally kick in and catch up. The exchanges that require the VPN remind me of those Nigerian price scams back in the day. Word. I am mining on a mobile 5G coin too. Word up, Razdil. Sounds like ByBit is just protecting itself and its clients from the risky company. That's the kind of action that is good for customers. How can you be sued for self-defense? Well, all I know is when they launch a $1 billion lawsuit against you, it's pretty serious. So that goes for everyone with crypto on ByBit. Be very careful because you never know what the future holds. Take your crypto off the exchanges unless it's an active trade and you have no choice. That would be my advice for everyone today. HODL fam in the house. Shout out to the HODL gang. Where you at? Can you take Nipsey on the plane with you? Yes, I can take him on the plane with me, but he has to go under the seat even as a emotional support dog. used to be able to just be on the plane, and then after COVID, they changed all the rules. I don't know if they changed them back, but there was a time if you had an emotional support dog and you had your license and you can show them, the dog could be on the plane, could be on your lap, could be in the aisle. It was all good. Then after COVID, they forced the dogs back under the seat in like a carrier. And fortunately, Nipsey is just small enough to still make it under the seat, but barely. You know what I mean? What up, JV? Happy Sunday, hodl. Thank you, Corey. Appreciate it, fam. At some point, we need to start talking about how to hold and borrow against. That's right. Bitcoin, there'll be a point where it'll make no logical sense to sell it. Nobody will be selling their Bitcoin. You'll just be borrowing against it. Michael Saylor predicts it. He said there'll be institutions, FDIC insured, to borrow against the Bitcoin, meaning all the major banking institutions, the Bank of Americas, the JP Morgan Chases, the Jamie the Tapeworm Diamond, they're all going to allow Bitcoin. Remember, not too long ago, Jamie the Tapeworm Diamond, if any associates or employees of JP Morgan Chase get caught trading Bitcoin, they're going to be fired. That same week, he bought $400 million worth of Bitcoin to start his own trading desk. Just goes to show you how, misleading these mofos are at the top. They'll tell you anything, you know what I mean, to mislead you and get you wrecked and keep you away from Bitcoin, just like the Jim Cramers of the world. That's why we inverse Cramer and we go to the moon. You already know, right? Under the seat. Yeah, is what it is. Better than under the plane. That would be a nightmare. I would not touch ByBit, Coinbase, or Finance now, says Spycraft. People who like dogs are majorly suspect. Changed my mind. Love my good boy. Okay, Jess, everything. I don't know what you mean by that. Are you trying to say that people who love dogs are bad people when you say sus? Because I don't understand what you're trying to imply, but nonetheless, to each their own. But yeah, anyways, fam, we're going to wrap up. We've been live for an hour. If you gained value out of today's episode, make sure to smash those likes. It helps out tremendously with the algorithm, and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And what we're going to do, if you didn't know, we stream simultaneously live on 2 platforms every day. We're on YouTube right now. We're on Rumble right now. YouTube stream ends. Rumble stream continues with uncensored content of Crypto News Alerts and JV Reacts. I'm going to be reacting to a Satoshi rap battle today. And if you want to watch this live uncensored react session, you're going to join us over on Rumble right now. It's rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net, or simply click the link in the description, or simply just go to Rumble and type in Crypto News Alerts. Let's meet on Rumble right now. JV Reacts Uncensored. I look forward to seeing you there. And for those of you on YouTube, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Same bit time, same bit channel. Deuces.